Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 20 of Bardic Quest, the show where a group of British-trained actors tell fantastical improvised stories through the medium of Dungeons and Dragons. This week we are pleased to welcome back Ollie. Hello, Ollie. Welcome back.
Hey, it's good to be back.
Because he's just a teenage
That
goes the copyright.
It'll take more meters to beat us.
Hey. So no housekeeping per se to speak of this week, but just a brief reminder to those of you watching on YouTube, please do take a moment to like the episode, hit the subscribe button on the channel in order to appease the algorithm gods, and likewise, if you're listening to us via podcast, then please do leave us a rating and a review on your podcatcher of choice to help us grow the show. So that's it for housekeeping-esque stuff. So with that out of the way, let's get into this week's episode of Bardic Quest. Last time, after having delivered Gundren's supplies to Barthen's provisions, our heroes had one more special delivery to make, a sentimental message to one Kelleen Alderleaf on behalf of Milo Goodbarrel of Neverwinter. And upon delivering the message, Sergei, as promised, performed one of his favourite romantic ballads, The Death of the Bear, to a somewhat muted reaction. And feeling that they could ignore the rumours about the Redbrands no longer, the party paid a visit to the townmaster of Phandelver, but unfortunately were unable to convince him to leave his hall and meet with them face to face due to his fear that they may be a dragon in disguise. When pressed on the matter of the Redbrands, he simply dismissed the group as harmless mercenaries. So with the lack of backing from the townmaster, our heroes are now making their way to the sleeping giant tap house, the supposed watering hole of this unsavoury band, in order to scope out the place and get a measure of the unpopular Redbrands. So, you are currently strolling past the townmaster's hall and headed into the general main marketplace before you head off in the direction of this sleeping giant tap house. Is there anything in the immediacy that you would like to do? Either Saga, Sergei, or Thorik?
All right for now.
No?
So we want to just scope the place out.
Once we get to our... Oh, I was just about to ask, what's our plan? How are we approaching this?
I think we want to not just barrel in there or anything. That'd be stupid. We've heard that there's at least, how many did someone told us a rough number. They said lots kind of come and go. Mm-hmm. Someone gave like a rough figure of like 20, but probably more, possibly.
Yeah, it was a minimum of 20, but the numbers kind of
a minimum of 20. Oh dear.
Yeah, the precise numbers were a little bit harder to come by, but their feeling was in the region of the 20s.
Well, if all else fails, I am rather small, and I am very deceptive, so I can sneak in there maybe.
What are we trying to find out exactly about them?
Guess get an idea of why they're in town, what they're doing, what might convince them to leave. All of the above, I guess, and just sort of get a measure of what they're about.
Are we going to pretend to, I don't know, be like them, or what? I'm sure they won't leave if we ask nicely.
No.
As you're strolling through the market square, Sergei, you notice from out the corner of your eye somebody lurking between a couple of buildings.
Are they watching?
Yes.
Hmm.
Upon a closer look, you realise that it is one Johann.
Oh, Johann!
Shh. Shh.
And where have you been?
Look, everybody, it is Johann. He is hiding in the dark alleyway.
Yes, it's me. Greetings.
And where have you been?
Let's get inside somewhere where less prying eyes will hear us and we can talk.
Oh, she's so mysterious, isn't he?
You are quite close to the Stonehill Inn at this point, which is connected to the market square, if you did want to go somewhere quieter, perhaps.
Quickly, inside. All of you.
Gosh. So demanding.
Johann beckons you in and hurries in. Do you follow?
Aye.
Yes.
Okay. So you head into the inn, and Johann beckons you over to a table.
So, where did you go? You just abandoned your party?
I know. I'm sorry I had to leave you. But trust
You
me.
could have said something instead of just waltzing off.
Saw that Sergei was still alive and not on the edge of certain death, and once I was sure that he was going to be fine in the presence of a healer, well, albeit with unsavory methods, then I knew you'd all be fine. But trust me, I wouldn't have left if it wasn't very important, which it is.
What was so important then?
Beckoned you all in closer. A little closer.
Of Christ's sake.
What is it?
I've received intelligence from an associate of mine that in this village there has been whisperings of a red wizard.
What is that?
A red wizard.
Yes.
Would the three of you like to give me a history check, please?
Yes, please.
Yes. Yes.
I like that this has become a bit of an ASMR session now.
Okay. 10.
17.
10. Okay. Sergei, what was yours? Did you say?
17.
17 for you.
Sorry, give me.
I know my history. GCSE.
Is
History of medicine.
11.
11. Okay. The three of you have certainly heard of the Red Wizards of Thay. They are a sect, a cult of sorts from the eastern land of Thay, where they have been known to rule as a magicocracy, in so much as it is a place where those with the most magical power hold the most political power and therefore rule. They have a reputation for being slavers and demonologists, and have a very, very bad reputation across the whole of Faerun for being essentially an evil cult of magic.
And I've received intelligence that one is operating in this area. I don't know who they are.
And why did you leave us? You could have told us this at the time.
This organization is among my organization's chief enemies. I'm bound to
Surely
this.
some backup would have been a good idea.
Well, my contact was willing to help, but she was gravely wounded in an encounter.
You're just...
Who is your contact?
Just an old friend.
It's
matters
fine,
not.
Johann. You could have just told us, I'm going to go get laid. See you later.
Wait, what?
bit of R&R, you know. It's not just wounds that need healing, it's other things as well.
just tell us next time before you do a disappearing act.
Hearts.
You know, we don't know
Hearts
if we need
healing,
to.
Johann.
We don't know if we need to, I don't know, save you from prison or being kidnapped.
I did look for you. I even got your note. He produces the note.
Oh.
You said to come here and...
Oh, we did. Well, the main thing is we found you now, and...
But anyway, there's a red wizard potentially operating here.
Okay.
I need to find him and slay him.
Well, I have no love for slavers, so...
If he is the person that you say they are, then they should be brought to justice, absolutely. But if they surrender without a fight, we should give them the opportunity to do so.
I can't allow that.
They'll be dealt with.
By me, in due time, when we find them.
Do we know the name of these ruffians?
Yes, they are
Yeah, I
known as
thought-
the Redbrands.
Ah. There's a lot of mention of the color red, it has to be said.
Redbrands. What are they?
Bunch of thugs who have taken up root in this town, causing problems for everyone. We think they might have made off with someone, or I think they actually... No, they said that they killed someone in the street. If you,
Yes, they killed someone and they've possibly taken their wife and children.
Could there be a potential link?
certainly.
Potentially. Either way, we have two things. We have this red wizard that you want, Johann, and we have these Redbrands which are terrorizing this town.
We should find one of these Redbrands and question them.
Not a bad
Well-
idea, actually.
Do we know where they congregate?
We do. The Sleeping Giant Tap House. We were just heading there now to kind of scope the place out, but you've put an interesting idea into our heads. Maybe if we can get one of them by themselves, and we can politely ask them a few questions, that might be a better way of getting some information. Rather than
How do
trying-
we get one of them by themselves?
Well, this is the thing. This is the today's mission. Today's I relish the challenge myself.
Where I come from, there is a language. It is the language of fear. If we can instill fear into this group, then we have a great bargaining chip.
I'm pretty good at instilling fear.
Yes, you are. I have
And
nightmares.
then Saga just snorts really loudly.
Present company accepted.
Have you got a bogey, Saga?
Oh, I just found that very amusing.
Oh, I thought you needed to blow nose. Okay.
No, it's blowing aside. We need to find these Redbrands now.
Well, if you're done on your little jolly jaunt, you can join us at the inn and try not and cause us any more trouble.
Forgive me my transgressions. If you missed me, then I apologize. But now I am back.
Oh, I didn't miss you. Shut up.
I
I'm
missed you.
I kind of nudge Thorik and just go, there's a lot of tension going on. I think we need to break this up pretty quick.
I know. I don't want you know.
Come.
Johann's probably tired from last night with that contact of his as well.
I heard that.
What?
It was
I'm
nothing
sure
like
there was a
that.
lot of contact, yes.
It's nothing like that. It's. We work together. We're part of the same.
Johann, why are you going red?
I'm not going red.
Why?
It's the firelight. It's the firelight.
Did she turn you down? Oh, such a pity.
It's not that. We need to go. There's things to do. People to kill. Need to get out of here. Let's go.
Hang on, hold your mountain goats. Let's just. If we. Thank you. If we're going to go to this tap house, then what are we actually going to do? I'd take a look from outside. Obviously, see if we can learn anything from that. Are we actually going to go in there? That might be a bad idea.
She can beguile them.
Me?
Yes. We entice one outside, drag him down an alley, cut him until he talks.
How am I meant to do that?
Well, I'm sure that someone here finds you attractive if we look hard enough.
Thorik just like looks back down to Sergei.
I just give him a look of evil. Well, I was married for 16 years. At least I got laid.
Oh,
It's irrelevant and not the plan. And well, has anyone else got a better plan?
well, like I said, fear is a powerful weapon.
But
I'm just gonna
presumably
leave
these
it.
bandits hang out together. We need to draw one of them out, away from the main pack. Otherwise, they'll butcher us all.
Fine, I'll do it. Fine. Okay.
What if we also, great plan, what if we can't let on that it's just us four. We have to make 4 people feel like 50. You know, maybe
Genius.
we're the, I don't know, we've heard what they're doing, and we're the last like, sling your hook, or, I don't know, 50 stinking dwarves are going to come in and, I don't know, roughhouse you. I don't know how you guys are better at Fritz than I am. I'm terrible at them.
Yes.
We'll just say these little witch hunter friends are gonna come. There we go.
It's done.
Fine.
And Neverwinter. And we'll involve Neverwinter because they're close enough. They could come down. They're sending a contingency. They've heard what's going on in Phandelver and they don't like it. And they'll be sending witch hunters and small seafaring folk and more Amazonian-esque.
Fine, we'll do this stupid plan. One of you needs to hold my weapons and armor, and then I just start taking off my chainmail and unstrapping things.
Looking around the pub like.
Or just
very
takes
close
a cloak and like
underneath,
holds
okay?
it up, turn around at some like couple of blokes who are just turning around looking at Simon, just like, face the other way, you scumbag.
What is going on?
I've got clothes on underneath, you
Oh,
perverts.
right. Sorry.
Here's my chainmail, and I just push it.
It's
Don't.
really heavy.
Yes, it is.
How can you
Do
fight on
not
this?
lose my sword. Okay?
I'll keep hold of your weapons. I'll make sure nothing bad happens to them, and we'll keep an ear out in case anything goes awry.
Okay, and she takes a cloth and just scrubs the war paint off her face. This is the first time you would have seen her without the war paint. Fine. Stupid plan. And then she marches into the tavern.
Great.
Right.
Just leave
We
them
just kind of
with-
awkwardly shuffle behind her with all her stuff.
hang on. We shouldn't go lurking outside. So we should. Sergei,
Yes.
you're small. And that's
I
saying
am.
something coming from
Rude.
me. Small things, good packages, all that.
Debatable.
Yeah. You got to follow Saga. Keep far enough away that you're not going to get seen and let them catch on, but close enough so that if she gets in trouble, you can shout for us and we'll come running.
Easily done. Sergei just rushes off.
And I slap Johann on the arm, saying, "You're around then."
Are we drinking?
We're in a tavern. Unless you'd like to play chess.
I'm not really. I don't drink very much. I haven't drunk since I was a child. We used to steal peaches and ferment them in jars. And
Do I believe this at all? Does your hand seem on the level?
I actually don't. I don't know, Johann.
yeah, that's true.
as a brewer, Thorik is like, no, no.
Insulted by the process.
I don't know if
You're more likely to give yourself food poisoning than get drunk, mate.
that does explain a great deal.
I start to explain the process of brewing. So, right, what you need for proper fermentation, sterile conditions, yeast, good clean water, and flavouring of something tasty. And he goes on while the others.
Sure. So to be clear, Saga and Sergei, you two are going together to the Sleeping Giant Tap House.
Well, I'm going into the tap house and I'm going to walk to the bar and try and catch someone's attention.
Sure.
How far away is this pub away from the tap house?
So let me just check. You're on the same street
Cool.
as the tap house, but the tap house is like on the outskirts, where the Stonehill Inn is right in the middle, around the market square. The Sleeping Giant Tap House is right on the outskirts of town, but along the same road. So it's a good few minutes away, not massively so, like not a massive distance, but a good few minutes walk. So
I'm
Saga
storming the entire way.
Okay. Anything you'd like to do, Sergei? As en route?
I would like. Is there any just people walking about?
Yeah, there's people milling about doing their daily business.
Okay. I'd like to kind of perch up stealthily where I've got an eye on the entrance to the thing, but I'm also kind of near someone.
Okay. Are you doing anything in particular, or just keeping an eye out and watching
Just-
from afar?
Just keeping an eye out stealthily.
Okay. So, as you head to the eastern side of town, Saga, you're very much like a bull in a proverbial china shop, heading straight for the tap house. And Sergei's kind of keeping a distance and just trying, kind of tailing you, but keeping his distance and just keeping a close eye on what's going on. You come to this Sleeping Giant Tap House, which is this ramshackle tap room, and there are 4 quite rough-looking characters sat on and just kind of lingering really on this covered porch on the outside, and perched on empty ale barrels, or leaning against the wall. They're all wearing quite grimy looking scarlet cloaks, and their sullen stares very much fix on you as you approach the tap house.
Okay. Well, I sort of change my gait from a stomp to a just nonchalantly walking in.
And they as you approach, they stand up and they kind of close in on the doorway. All 4 of them. They're quite armed. One of them's got like a bandage over one cheek. Another one wearing an eye patch. They're pretty rough. One of them's got hardly any teeth. Yeah, they're not pleasant folk at all.
Oh well, I'm used to that.
One of them goes, "What can we do for you then?"
Can't a lady come in for a drink? And I smile.
One of the other ones looks you up and down. He says, "And what's a lady like you come into a place like this for, eh?"
And she thinks for a moment. It's a bit awkward, but she goes, "Oh, you know, it's really hard to find a proper man these days."
They kind of look at each other.
God.
They're a bit confused.
Whisper's my dumpster, but we're going with it.
And one of them goes, "Well, I think you've come to the right place." if that's what you want. And one of them, kind of over his shoulder, just leers at you a little bit. It's really, really uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
But they are not parting ways to let you through the door at this point.
Okay. So, which one of you handsome boys is going to buy me a drink?
Give me a persuasion check.
God, please.
Oh my god.
2+.
You get +0 on charisma. Persuasion, is it? You want?
One of them goes. He looks at the others who aren't really saying anything, and one of them goes, "Yeah, I'll get you one." And then and then one of them just elbows him in the ribs. Shut up. And then the one that's elbowed him in the ribs goes, "I don't think I've seen you around here before. Where are you from?"
Oh, me? Coneybury originally. I'm really new to town. And I played a sort of doe-eyed bimbo thing.
He kind of looks you up and down.
I'm not armed, so...
He seems like the smartest of the crew, but that's not saying a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But he does say, he looks at you, looks at what you're wearing, looks around at the frost-covered roofs. He says, "Not wearing much, considering the weather, are you? What are you after?"
Okay, she changes tactic, I guess. Shame. I was really looking forward to a good time, and then I go to leave.
Oh, and the scrawny one goes, "Oh, hang on a minute." And you kind of see him whisper in one of their ears. And he pipes up and he goes, "There's plenty more of us in there, you know. We could show you a good time."
Okay. Well, okay. I'm waiting. And then I kind of gesture to the door, if they're still blocking the door.
They kind of step aside, but you notice that their hands are hovering near their belts and their hilts of their blades. But they don't look like they're particularly threatening, but they're just suspicious, shall we say. But they do clear a path for you.
Okay.
Sergei, as you see them part ways, is there anything you'd like to do in the immediacy?
I'm a little scared for Saga.
It's fine, I'm good at hand combat.
So I would like to grab one of the townsfolk nearby and say, hello, I've got 2 gold here. If you go into the Stonehill Giant and you find this like dwarf and this very, you'll know what he looks like. Hood, scar, a little bit moody, a little bit grumpy. Could you go to them? You have these 2 gold. Could you go to them and then tell them to come here, please?
The Stonehill Inn?
Yes.
It's this little old lady. The Stonehill Inn?
Yes.
Fuck's sake.
Oh, yes. So a hooded dwarf and
Yes. No, hooded man and then just dwarf.
yes. Okay, I'll go. And she kind of
hold on. The names are Thorik and Johann.
Thorik and right. Okay, and she.
Oh, take the gold, please.
Oh yes, thank you.
Yes, I'm Sergei.
Yes, Margaret.
Oh, Margaret. Goodbye, Margaret.
You see her stroll off
God,
down the road
What
towards
a woman.
the inn.
Can't wait till she gets to us.
And so what are you, after you've handed the gold, Presumably, Saga, you're headed in.
Yes.
So as she's heading in, is there anything you'd like to do, Sergei?
I'd like to kind of sneak up a little bit
Okay.
to the point where. Are there any windows to this building?
They're very small and very high up on the wall.
Thanks. Yeah, I'll just sneak up to it.
They're like
a
you
nearby
know
barrel.
the sorts of the windows that you get in like a public toilet that's really high up.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that.
Nice. She's gone into a public toilet.
That's
Yeah,
not
I'll
what I
just
said.
sneak up to a nearby barrel where I'm kind of hidden from the bandits, maybe.
Sure. Okay. So, Saga, you head on in.
God, yes.
And I feel as though, because you know how much I love a cliffhanger, I feel as though that would be a great point to stop this episode before we move on to the next one. So, for those of you watching that are still with us, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.